So, welcome and hello to a new English edition of my program, The World in the Pocket. And it's me, Gabi Henze, and today I meet another Gabi. But to be correct, it's Gabriele Pochhammer. Guten Tag, Gabi in Hamburg.
Ja, guten Tag, liebe Gabi, eigentlich von Sylt momentan.
Okay, and we decided we will talk also, we both German, we will talk today in English. And this is for purpose because you have an analog matchmaking agency and you're quite successful already in the north of Germany, but now you want to extend to Europe, not only to the UK, but to Europe. And you recently have been in Brussels, you told me. So, Gabi, why analog dating? Isn't it old-fashioned?
Yeah, but they always ask me the same question: why these analog matchmaking? Yes, it is old-fashioned, but because it's so old-fashioned, it works, and I think it's like bringing people together, which I met before personally. That's the difference, obviously, to all these Tinders and Bumbles, where you just have a picture and you have a little description of the person, and then you just click, and it's just with me, I really meet the people, and I just bring people together where I think that they really would fit together or they would match together. So, and I think today with all these social medias, which I think is brilliant. I mean, it's not that I'm against social medias, but
Yeah.
I think it is just, um, you've been, being wiped away when somebody don't like you, don't want to see you, ghosting, all these, sort of headlines. And with me, it doesn't exist.
Yeah.
Because when I see somebody, let's call it an interview, then, I do a little expose with some pictures and a little description. So when I think that, let's take you, Gabby, would fit with Tom, then I bring you together as, per, the little description.
Mm-hmm.
And if you tell me, I want to meet Tom, then Tom say, I want to meet Gabby. So then I'm exchanging the phone numbers, and then they get in touch. And
Okay.
then they meet the first time. And I actually take care of everybody from day number one until the last day they find somebody.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just, for me, it's the whole sort of like, yeah, taking care of somebody, be with somebody,
Okay.
and giving, like tips for whatever dress codes and manners and, what to say. So for me, it's the full Monty.
Sure. Yeah. And obviously, there are the real news about a person. It is not like in Tinder where I can have like fake news about somebody. The person can even be, as I understand, in a different town. He says he's in Stockholm, but actually he lives in I don't know, in Madrid. So so with
No,
you,
that doesn't,
we have
no,
the,
that doesn't exist.
yeah.
I mean,
So with you, it's right.
currently I'm working in Germany, and yes, I have a few clients in Brussels. And funny enough, I had somehow about a couple of months ago, an English lady just, text me via LinkedIn. So keep going on, Gabby. That's something what we would need in the UK.
Okay.
I mean, I would love to, but that's, I would love to go to the UK and expand, but I think I'd rather do, sort my things out first, in Germany or,
Mhm.
with Brussels, than expanding immediately, to other regions. I think you'd rather keep it small and then slowly going bigger. But nevertheless, saying or talking about, no, that sort of like, I meet the people and I know who is sitting in front of me.
Mhm.
And if somebody really, doesn't act like the way it should be, then I really say, Mr. So-and-so, it doesn't work that way. You just talk to each other with that lady, and I insist that they're going to meet soon.
Okay.
And if they like each other, obviously I would say then you just meet again, go for dinner somewhere, where it's going to be a little bit more relaxed,
Yeah.
because obviously with the first date, we all know it's, you're excited, you talk too much, or sometimes you talk too much about the past, which obviously you shouldn't. You should leave the past at home. And
Mhm.
this is, what I give the people coming to me as a little sort of guidance to
Okay.
be ready for the next partnership.
Yeah. Who can come? Is this age related, or can I be 20? Can I
Yes,
be
yes.
30, 40, 50?
Well, I started with 50 plus.
Oh,
Yes, and then I changed it to 45 plus.
hmm.
Uh, I think, that's, let's call it the second and third half of everybody's life.
Okay.
And, I took my own age. And I think, Gabby, I couldn't really work with the younger generation. Not that I'm not aware, how they are, but, it's coming with children, and this is just not, it doesn't really, I do, in a sort of my similar age. So
Mhm.
45 plus is the restriction of, who can come to me.
Yeah. And how is the balance between men and women?
My favorite subject. Women are coming. It is, you can't believe it. It is just, if there's an article about in any newspaper, or last week I was in German TV, and I really look on my mobile phone, and there are the women are just coming. I am since 10 years a widow, and men are just in a way hiding, or they take longer to take that step. I think that's probably the right wording, to
Mm-hmm.
take a step forward to, contact a woman
Okay.
that they need help
Hmm.
for finding a partner.
Yeah.
And I know for fact that there are lots of men, around who would love to have a partner in their life. And I recently put out a message to the man's world, is if they would need a sort of like yeah, somebody who tells them, yeah, they go to the hairdresser, and the hairdresser would say, Tom, I think, you should wear your hair like this. If they would like to buy a car, they go to a car dealer, and
Yeah.
they say, well, that would be the right car for you. And
Hmm.
if they would go out for, having a new suit, so then obviously, the shop assistant would say, Tom, that would be the right suit for you. So
Yeah.
that I'm saying out to the man's world is, why are they not coming to me? And I would give them the woman I would think would be the right fit for him.
Hmm. But
Full
maybe
stop.
they don't want to go to a woman, but to a man to talk about it. Do you have a partner, a male partner in your agency?
Good question. Tried that, done that, doesn't work. I had somebody quite famous in Hamburg who
Yeah.
is a TV presenter,
Yeah.
not youngish. He's over 50, and we did, social media together. We
Yes.
did a couple of reels together, and, I had him, on with a picture of the two of us together on my website, and not a single man approached us. Not a single man.
More women even.
Well, he is, yeah, he is quite, liked by the women. But then a couple of men told me that, they said to me, you know what? For me, it doesn't really matter if there is a woman or a man sitting.
Hmm.
So, Gabby, I mean, you open-minded, and, I left overseas. So you just, no, I would rather talk to you, funny enough, than to a man.
Okay. Fair enough.
That was about the research, because I thought when Hinak is, working with me, I thought that is thank you, you know, wonderful, and everything goes up out the roof.
Yeah,
Nothing.
nothing.
Not a
Okay.
single man.
Okay. Are you helping with finding same-sex partners?
I would love to,
Yes.
but my capacity is still, you know, because I do everything on my own.
Mm-hmm.
And I would probably do that all the time because the interviews is me. And if I would, you know, expand to the other sex, then I would need more capacity.
Yeah.
Um, so no, not at the moment. I would love to, but I
Yeah.
don't have capacity.
So what is your background? What makes you a competent matchmaker? Are you in a partnership or are you looking yourself, if I may ask?
Oh yeah, love that question. No, it's, you know, when you start at first, no, my background. My background is tourism.
Mhm.
And so I worked in the UAE, I worked in Oman, I lived in South Africa, I lived in the bush, I lived in Cape Town. So we say in German, that makes me looking over the Tellerrand. Uh,
Over the
yeah,
plate. Yeah.
yeah, it's really true. So it gives me a really good perspective. And yeah, and because, you know, in the tourism, you have a lot to do with people. And I had a time where I worked in a safari lodge, you know, so you work with guests and guest related. So I always was very guest related. And when I lived in the bush, my lodge manager always sent me out. If we wouldn't want to do some good things for the guests, they sent me out to find out where they're from, what they do, why did they travel to the bush, children, background, you know, job, whatever. And I, you know, I came back 20 minutes later and said, well, they are from the UK and they live blah, blah, blah. So I don't know. It's some probably gift from God that I have that sort of like spirit that, and I'm not afraid.
Uh-huh.
I rather sometimes do, instead of one step forward, I do two steps forward, which is
And you
good sometimes.
probably talk very straight to
Yes,
people.
yeah. And this is the way also I talk to my, let's call them clients.
Mhm.
I just this morning, about 15 minutes ago, I talked to a client of mine and I told him exactly that, you know, because I spoke to him flirty. And I said to him, and this is exactly the woman you need. You need a flirty, sexy woman. And well, you know, if you and you like to go out, you like to have a glass of wine.
Yeah.
He was silent, speechless, and he said,
Yes.
exactly, that's what I need. So, and that is my, you know, my gift. It's
Yeah.
really my gift.
So
So
are
my
you,
background is tourism.
yeah, and are you living in a partnership?
No, I don't.
Mm.
If you ask me if I would like to find somebody via my hammer and hats, then I would say no, because it's quite interesting. When I started this business, and obviously I had man sitting opposite me, is you feel like it's business related.
Mhm. Mhm.
It's just like the doctor, you know, is also not asking the patient, would you like to go with me, you know, for a glass of wine?
No.
So, and I don't do that.
Mhm.
So it's just, you know, it's like a curtain. It's just, you know,
Yeah.
being
Yeah.
professional.
But
Full
in
stop.
general, you would like to prefer to live in a partnership, and you will find
You
your
know, if you know the right man come along. So yeah, I'm actually very Anglophile. So even, you know, I like British men. They got lovely humor and they are, you know, I had, you know, a couple of friends in the past, you know, in the Middle East,
okay.
uh coming from Scotland or from the UK, and I had a wonderful time.
Mhm. Okay, maybe we find through the program somebody for you.
Well, you never know.
So, and you are helping, as I understand, with like general advices, how to like be, and do you like do makeovers, like with outfit dressings, or how to do a small talk? I know a lot of men, they are very nervous about these kind of things.
Yeah, I do that. I do that, that's what makes about, the analog, matchmaking, company I have. It's just, as I said, from day number one until the last day. And yes, and I also can be a little bit, if it's necessary, I can be also a bit nasty. Somebody doesn't really do the way I want and be more open, or, especially with men, they say, when they read that little, profile about, her, and then there are sometimes, obviously, there are things like dancing. And then, I had one saying, well, I don't like really dancing. And then, well, I said to her, you don't have to really dance with her all the time, but, it's a new life, a new chapter. Just be open,
Mm-hmm.
open, take new things.
Yeah.
And maybe you just, find out that dancing, which you hated in the past, which now is your new life, and you love it because, it's just you find out that she is the right person to dance with.
Yeah.
Or, even, I have a lot of golfers. And obviously, then I ask, people, are you a golfer? Yeah, well, what handicap? And then with women, would you like to play golf? Yes, I thought about it. And as I said, be open.
Mm-hmm.
And
Do you
yeah,
think women are more open? And from your conversation, I understand you speak more even with men. So are women easier going, or do you need to advise them as well? And if, a lot of questions, if, what is the most important advice for women?
I think that women coming to me are, I would say, percentage-wise, 50% are retired. They know what they want.
Mm-hmm.
The other half is still working. They have their own money. They're independent. I think that, as summarizing, is that a lot of women do not or no, yeah, do not know anymore about flirting. You say flirting in English as well?
Yes, yes, yes.
Um, they just say, they're a little bit like a program. The man has to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and it's just sometimes it's a bit like, and I just want them bright and smile.
Okay.
And flirt is, I think that's so important. I mean, men, but if you approach a man, and you flirt with a man, and you would get everything back. And I even would say, just if you want, just open one little button of your blouse. You can close it again if you want, if you don't feel comfortable. Just be open, smile. And maybe because of corona and other things, and people are getting this sort of like the crammed, and it's just
Yeah,
like, I want this, and I'm sorry, I want this doesn't exist. You
yeah.
need to do something, um, and you need to work on yourself.
Yeah, I exactly understand what you mean. That's like maybe even younger women, older maybe not, but they have this, oh, he's looking at me, he just wants to have sex, but I have this and this and this wants with him. They are like afraid. They can't really just flirt. I often hear with younger um, friends I'm going out, they say, "Oh, you were very direct to this man. How could you be like this?"
Mhm.
But I just
Or even, you know what, Gabby, the
nothing.
dress code sometimes. I like sometimes to dress really female. Doesn't mean that, everything is open. And then, but I think it's so nice to have a sort of like female dress code. And men like that. And it doesn't mean that you are, like want to attack a man. Just do it for yourself. It
Yeah,
it makes you just go out and think, tonight I want to be sexy for me.
Good, good. Yes.
And not
yeah.
good for you. Dress nicely.
Yeah.
And especially in Germany, I tell you, Gabby, the dress code, sometimes you would run away. I mean, go to the theater and opera, you think that they're just coming from, I don't know, somewhere in flip-flops. And, you know, I know in the UK, works a bit different.
No, but I would say, okay, I live a long time in the UK, but I lived before a long time in Russia. And my dad, who unfortunately isn't anymore with us, he loved to be in Russia for one very interesting purpose. He once said, sitting on my sofa in Moscow, he said, I like the women here. They are dressed up. They have makeup. They look like women. So I'm not agreeing with you that in the UK it is better, especially my son said the same. He is 15. He said, how are they going to the theater here? So yeah, I think that's
Is it really? Is that, I thought, you know, it's sort of like the, you know, British people, you know, going opera theater, so they also dressed casually.
Yeah, they go very casual, too casual, I would say.
Oh,
yes.
I'm very surprised. Wow, I
so
thought
there are events like Ascot or the one in Lewis, the open opera festival. Okay, there they dressed up, but you can find, we were just in a theater play where people come, as you said, with flip-flops.
Okay.
What we are not doing as Germans.
But, you know, and that's why my favorite subject is, like, you know, in Italy. This is my, you know, always dream country, you know, where people are, you know, going to a party, or you know, the women nicely dressed, the man in nice suits with good shoes, which is, I love men in good shoes. And doesn't have to be a tie, but, you know, with a proper nice shirt, I think, you know, it's just like, you know, I think it opens, you know, to all the hearts of everybody. It's just nice.
Yeah, okay. I think we have a lot of in common, Gabi, not only our name. So I think we had a lot for our viewers and audience to catch up with us. So I just wanted to remind all our viewers, there will be a link to your website, obviously, in the
comments. Which is unfortunately, Gabby, in German. So
but
I haven't, you know, haven't been really translated.
That can be translated automatically, no problem. And this talk as well, as what language you want, you can do it, no problem. Google helps. So it was really nice to talk to you, Gabi. And I wish you and your members success and happiness in life. And
thank you so much. Thank you so much. Gabby, thank you really much. Have a wonderful day.
Yeah.
And speak to you soon, and hopefully see you soon.
Yes. And what is the motto of your agency? Let's start a lovolution. How nice.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, bye.
All right. Thank you. Bye-bye. Enjoy your day. Take care. Bye.
Is up, she is here, and they are here. I've got the world in my pocket. And I like it. And I like it. The vibe is up, she is here, and they are near. I've got the world in my pocket. I've got the world in my pocket. I've got the world in my pocket.